My review of the X4 by Enya, the carbon fiber polycarbonate guitar. Okay, I had to be the sacrificial lamb here and order this guitar and take a big chance because this is a Chinese guitar company. And I ordered it and I got it in, and I like this guitar. They're legit. The fretwork on here is very smooth, no rough spots. I did get it in, and the action was slightly high, not like outstandingly high. I've seen a lot worse on $1,000 guitar. So I just made a neck adjustment, and now it's great. Um, I play anywhere from 3 to 7, 8 times a week. I've been doing it since 2001. Not to like brag, but I just wanted to give you a little perspective that over the years, not by trying, I've just gained wisdom on the kind of guitars I like to play. And when I'm out, I like to be inspired by my instruments and my tools. I don't like to fight them. Like, I started out on court in my career, and I just kind of outgrew it. When I would play like chords up the neck and stuff, I would I would notice on previous guitars I've owned that the intonation wasn't always very nice. And this one, if I do my octaves up the fretboard, they're spot on this guitar. And the intonation is really well done. I'm very impressed on chording up the fretboard, how the integrity of the chord maintains integrity and doesn't go out of intonation. And that's big for me because I like to chord solo up the fret a lot. And I always had a feeling in the past that there was going to come a day where a Chinese company realized that with certain consumer goods like musical instruments, you can't half-ass and cheap out on certain things. And when I researched this company, I realized that these guys were actually seemed to care, and they put Tusq bridge and nut components on here. Their tuners are 21-to-1 ratio, and I found them to be really smooth. Not as smooth as this Wood Library Paul Reed Smith tuners, but you know, what are you gonna do? And for $1,000 guitar, they're the smoothest I've ever seen on $1,000 guitar. And also, when I got it, there wasn't really a quick start guide, so I had to figure out how to use this thing, because they were saying this comes with a effects that you don't need an amp for, and it'll give you reverb and stuff. But they didn't tell me how to turn it on. I'm like, well, how do you turn this thing on? I finally emailed them, and they responded really quick. They said you gotta push the volume knob and hold it down for a couple seconds and it'll turn on. So I'll do that right now. And then it turns on, and I guess I could give you some like flat tones. There's this is without it. If I give this some reverb, this is so that's nice if you're into that kind of thing. And here it is with some chorus. so that's basically how that thing works. And the effects also work when you plug it in. And they said this thing is loud. And so I gigged with it for the first time last night, and I got to my gig and I plugged it into my PA, which had presets for my Taylor. I have a Taylor 310 Fall Limited Edition, and yeah, the sensitivity was, I had to turn it way down because it was like blam, it was blasting, and I actually had to turn the volume way down and the gain way down on the channel, input channel of the PA to accommodate this guitar. So I've always had kind of a annoyance with that with my Expression 2 system on my Taylor, that you know I'll a lot of times when, especially I'm playing with other people, have to pump the gain and sensitivity up on my Taylor a lot. And the Expression 2 system, the batteries would die in like 3 gigs. I'd have to replace the batteries. So I haven't tested out the battery life on this at all, but I'm hoping it'll get more than 3 gigs out of it. This is what you charge this battery, which I don't think is replaceable. It's a rechargeable battery, but it just plugs into the 1/4 inch input jack, and then you plug it right into the wall. So that's kind of neat. And the guitar case is right here, and I wouldn't say it's the highest quality case, but I've seen a lot worse. I've seen gig bags on $1,000 guitars, so at least this is a hard shell case. The only thing I would say looks like they might have cheaped out on is these hinges. I don't know yet. I haven't played very many gigs with this, but I will be playing hundreds and hundreds, thousands of gigs with this hopefully. And we'll see about the quality of the case. But hey, for a $1,000 guitar, they threw in a hard shell case. And when I gigged out with this sound, I cannot believe it. Like, if you're wondering about this Chinese brand Enya, and that you're a serious gigging musician looking for a carbon fiber option, this guitar, in my opinion, is very legit. It sounds wonderful. Some of the lead tones up here, when you're amplified, they don't pop out as much as I would like them to, but they're not bad either. But yeah, all in all, this is great. One thing I have gonna email them about is this volume knob, though. Like, I wish it had a little bit more resistance. Like, it turns pretty loosely to where I worry, like, if I bump it, I might like accidentally turn it way down or turn it way up. It could have a little more resistance than the volume knob. But other than that, the tuning, the intonation, the tone, I was like, me and my bassist were like, wow, like, I can't believe that this is like from a basically unknown brand, and I'm very impressed. Super recommend this guitar at its price point. I just got it and I've only done 1 gig, but so far I'm very impressed, and I shall be emailing them and telling them what a nice job they're doing. And they have their offices and they're shipping from Houston, Texas, so you don't have to wait for this thing to come from China also. And they just seem like a really nice company that's trying really hard to compete in this carbon fiber market. And I think hopefully with the review, my review and other American reviews, they're going to do well. And kudos to Enya, and that's my review of this guitar. Have a good day.